Hi guys, welcome to Get a Brand Life TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. Ẹ káàárọ̀ o, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ ní gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá ti ń wò mí. Welcome to Get a Brand Life TV. If you are new to this channel, kindly click on the red subscribe button down below to subscribe free of charge so that you don't miss anything on this channel. So, this is another Get a Brand Life TV live stream. Yesterday I shared with you some of the information or what you need to know about Orisha, Obatala, Obatasa. So I so much appreciate you guys for showing me love on this channel. Yeah, so today, as you know that this channel is majorly all about promotion of African culture, traditions, and religion. Now, before I start today's program, which is Ifa the Orisha Orunmila, that is what I will be sharing with you. Some of you guys do not have the full knowledge of who Orunmila is and what is Ifa actually mean. Ifa, as I always say, is a body of knowledge and wisdom given to us by Olodumare through Orunmila. So yesterday I told you about this book which I've been using for a very long time. When I was in secondary school, this is part of the books that I read, and of course, this book is more than 100 years ago because my dad used it, my grandfather used it, and as well I am using it now. So I welcome you all to Get a Brand Life TV. Please, this book is written in Yoruba language. But yesterday I read it in Yoruba. I read the story of Obatala in Yoruba, sentence by sentence. And as I was reading, I as well translated. I translated and I as well explained. But I read a comment, I think a few hours ago from one of you guys, the guy is actually a Yoruba man. He just commented that that I should be reading Yoruba more fluently for the purpose of those who are trying to learn Yoruba. Of course, I told him, I replied, you can go back to the video I did, I released yesterday, my live stream yesterday. You are going to see the comments. The guy actually challenged me that that I should be reading, I should be pronouncing the Yoruba words very, very well. As I said, this book is an old book, it's a notebook, and of course, the Yoruba text in it is an ancient way of communicating in Yorubaland. Even apart from that, I replied. I warmly replied the guy that our leaders, they are the ones who actually who didn't encourage us, to embrace our heritage as Africans or as Yorubas. Of course, when I was growing up, in fact, English language was the language being used to teach us in Nigeria. And of course, many of us do not know how to read Yoruba very well. Even though you can speak Yoruba, but reading it, as you all know, that is very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. I'm even trying. I'm even trying because I understand the marks, the mark, the do re mi, the do re mi. I understand the mark on our alphabet in Yoruba language. You know, so you guys should pardon me, though I've rehearsed the test, and I'm sure tonight I'm not going to make much mistakes. I will try as much as possible not to make any mistake, in reading the Yoruba. So I am sorry for that if my pronunciation is not what you are expecting. Of course, I was not taught in Yoruba language. I was not taught in Yoruba language in school. I was taught in English language. And of course, I'm trying my best. In fact, majority of our youth, majority of us in Yoruba land can't even read Yoruba fluently, except those ones who are graduates of Yoruba language, and of course, maybe some of or those who have special interest in Yoruba language. So that is it. So tonight, the topic that I have for you is all about Ifa, because this book actually talks about the importance of Ifa. That is what I will be sharing with you. So I wouldn't want to be explaining, right from my head. So I call this very live stream Ifa Academia. Ifa Academia. So we are not, for now, we are speaking to ourselves, not interviews from my babalawos. So from many of my babalawos. So thank you guys for showing me love on this page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you. And I pray that may Olodumare continue to be with you. So, my topic tonight is all about Ifa. Ifa, talking about what Ifa is and who is Orunmila, and the importance of Ifa in our society, and how our ancestors used Ifa to live, and how they use Ifa, to decide on whatever they want to do, as at during their time. Okay, so according to this book says that nígbà tí a bá dárúkọ Ifá, nígbà tí a bá dárúkọ Ifá, nǹkan ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀, pardon me, I'm sorry. Nígbà tí a bá dárúkọ Ifá, ọkàn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn ló máa ń lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Ọ̀rúnmìlà. This book is talking about that whenever Ifa is being mentioned, that a lot of us, think about Orunmila. A lot of us, of course, have the feelings that Ifa is all about Orunmila. So this book now says that lóòótọ́ ni Ọ̀rúnmìlà jẹ́ bàbá Ifá. So this book confirms that, of course, Ọ̀rúnmìlà is the father of Ifa. That, of course, is the father of Ifa. So this book is not going against that thought, that we all have, that whenever Ifa is being mentioned, of course, we are talking about Ọ̀rúnmìlà. So this book now goes further. It says, ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe òun nìkan ni Ifá tí à ń dá ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. This book says that ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe òun nìkan ni Ifá tí à ń dá ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Excuse me. This book is saying that, of course, Ọ̀rúnmìlà is not the only, Ọ̀rúnmìlà is not the only Ifa being cast in Yoruba language, and that is the meaning of ṣùgbọ́n. Ṣùgbọ́n means but, kì í ṣe òun nìkan. Not only Ifa that we cast, tí à ń dá, that we cast in Yoruba land. So, ohun tí a fẹ́ ṣe nínú ìwé yìí, what we want to do, what this book will be teaching you is this. Ní kí a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ọ̀rúnmìlà. So this book, this very chapter of this book will be talking about, majorly about Ọ̀rúnmìlà, and of course, it will, share with you other branch of Ifa Àdìmúlà, Kí a sì sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn Ifá yòókù, and that's what I just told you, that's what I just told you. This ohun tí a fẹ́ ṣe nínú ìwé yìí ni kí a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ọ̀rúnmìlà. So this book will be talking about Ọ̀rúnmìlà, and as well kí a sì sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn Ifá yòókù gbogbo tí à ń dá ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. And this book as well will talk about the rest of other Ifa that we use, that we cast in Yoruba land, But tonight, I will be sharing with you only that of Ifa Orunmila, but maybe later on, tomorrow or next tomorrow or thereabout, I will continue with the rest of Ifa that we have in Yoruba land. But of course, I'm going to share with you other branch of Ifa that we use in Yoruba language. So this book goes further. It says, ipò tí Ifá wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. This is very, very important. The importance of Ifa in Yoruba land. This book lays emphasis on the importance of Ifa, in Yoruba land, and that's what ipò tí Ifá wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá means. So this book says, ní ayé àtijọ́, kò sí ohunkóhun tí a lè ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá láì lọ béèrè lọ́dọ̀ Ifá. This book says that ní ayé àtijọ́, in the olden days, that's the meaning of ní ayé àtijọ́, kò sí ohunkóhun tí a lè ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. There is anything we want to do in Yoruba land, whatever we want to do in Yoruba land, we go to Ifa to ask. Kò sí ohunkóhun tí a lè ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá láì lọ béèrè lọ́dọ̀ Ifá. So whatever we want to do in Yoruba land, in the olden days, ní ayé àtijọ́, in the olden days, we go to Ifa to ask, to make inquiries, and that is what Ifa reading, Ifa consultation means. So this book goes further that tí a bá fẹ́ fẹ́ ìyàwó, tí a bá fẹ́ fẹ́ ìyàwó, when we want to get married, in the olden days in Yoruba land, in Yoruba land, a ó lọ béèrè bóyá wúndíá tí ọkàn wa sọ ni yóò jẹ́ ìyàwó rere tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. This book says that your chosen wife or husband, this book is actually talking about wife, but of course, husband as well. So, a ó lọ béèrè bóyá wúndíá tí ọkàn wa sọ ni yóò jẹ́ ìyàwó rere tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. So, we consult Ifa to actually know that our proposed, the proposed wife that we are about to marry, we have to consult Ifa to know if such a woman or if such a lady will be a good lady, will be a good wife for us. That is how we use Ifa in the olden days, and that's what this book says. Ipò tí Ifá wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, the importance of Ifa in Yoruba land. So bí a bá fẹ́ dá ọjọ́ ìyàwó, ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ó ti wá béèrè, ọwọ́ Ifá ni ó ti wá, bí a bá fẹ́ dá ọjọ́ ìyàwó, ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ó ti béèrè. This book equally says that Even when you have chosen your wife to be, when you have chosen your wife to be, and you want to um, celebrate the wedding, you want to choose the date for your wedding. In the olden days, we used to use Ifa to ask. Of course, so many people still consult Ifa today. Many of us, many people uh, who are followers of Isheshe, still consult Ifa, to make inquiries on whatever they want to do in their life. But this book is talking about the general uh, importance of Ifa in Yoruba land. And as you all know that because of the Abrahamic religion, religions, so to speak, because we have two major Abrahamic religions in Nigeria, they have discouraged our people. They have discouraged, or they are even still discouraging. They are discouraging our people from staying away from our heritage, from our most especially our religion. So these Abrahamic religions are the ones making this heritage that we have in Yoruba land, by way of asking Ifa, by way of consulting Ifa, to make inquiries on whatever step we want to take. And of course, you can see how we are facing a lot of problems now. Many of us are facing so many challenges because we have left what is ours. We have left our heritage. So according to this book is talking about the importance, the position of Ifa. When you say Ipo, you can say position and you can as well say importance. Ipo tí Ifa wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, the position of Ifa in Yoruba land, which is of course the importance of Ifa in Yoruba land. So as I was saying, bí a bá fẹ́ dá ọjọ́ ìyàwó ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ti máa béèrè ọjọ́. In those days, that is what in fact, all our ancestors, this is how they lived their life. So when they want to get married, or when they are, before they conclude, on the woman they want to marry, or the lady they want to marry, they will have to consult Ifa. Then after the consultation, they will as well, when they decide, they will have to consult Ifa as well to choose a date for the wedding, a good date for the wedding. This book goes further. Bí a bá bímọ, a ní láti lọ béèrè ẹ̀sẹ̀ ń bá bọ̀ ọmọ náà lọ́dọ̀ Ifá. When the child is given birth to, in Yoruba land, it is part of our culture, it is part of our tradition to make inquiries about the destiny of such a child. Predestination. We have, Esembabo, which we can as well call Esembaye. So you have to make inquiries about the destiny. You have to make inquiry concerning the destiny of such a child, and that is what this book is talking about. Esembabo ọmọ náà lọ́dọ̀ Ifá. You have to make inquiries from Ifa to know, how such a child will live his or her life successfully. So eléyìí ni ẹsẹ̀ ẹni tí ọmọ náà tọ̀ wá sáyé, that is the path that such a child, followed to the face of the earth. That's what this one is talking about. This particular sentence is talking about. That is, when you've done the Esembabo, that is the path that the child followed to the face of the earth, you have to make consultation to know the path. Eléyìí ni ẹsẹ̀, ẹsẹ̀ ẹni tí ọmọ náà tọ̀ wá sí ayé àti irú orúkọ tí yóò máa jẹ́. When you do the before the 8th day, you have to do the predestination, so that from the predestination you will know the name that such a child should bear. And as you know, that name is very, very important in Yoruba, in Yorubaland, and of course in Yoruba spirituality. Name is very, very important. Yoruba will say, Oruko ma ń ro ọmọ, Oruko ma ń ro ọmọ. Your name, speaks so much about you. Your name speaks so much about you. So it's not good to just choose a name for yourself without consulting the name that is best fitted for you, and the name that you are going to bear for you to live a successful life. So this is what they are trying to take away from us. Of course, I won't say they have taken it away. They have not taken it away, because it's coming back in full force. Our traditions, our religion, our culture are coming back in full force, and it's coming to stay. They are coming to stay. We are going back to our ancestral path, and that is exactly what we are talking about on this channel. I'm happy that you guys, are waking up. I'm happy because I love the comments that I'm seeing. I love the contributions that I'm seeing. Of course, it's a good indication that we are coming back, and we are coming back for good. We are coming back. We are coming back to shine again. We are coming back to shine again. And they say, there is an adage that says, bí irọ́ bá lọ lógún ọdún, ọjọ́ kan ni òtítọ́ máa bá. No matter how far, no matter how long lies live, one day, or stay long, one day the truth will meet such a lie. So of course they have been saying so much about our African traditional religion. They have been saying so much about our traditions, our religion. They've tagged our religion evil, and unfortunately, our fellow Africans are joining them, are joining the Abrahamic religions to call our traditions, our religion evil. Of course, we have to speak out. We have to speak out, and they say, when you speak, you can use your voice to make things happen. You can use your voice to make things happen. Of course, they have their mouth to say whatever they want. They have their own freedom of speech. Of course, we have our own freedom of speech as well, to let the whole world know that we are not evil. African traditional religions are not evil. God created us, Olodumare created us, and He created our culture, traditions, and religion for us. And He knew why He did so. And I always say to you on this channel that our ancestors knew God even before the advent of Abrahamic religions in our land. So we understand how to communicate with our God. We should not allow anybody to deceive us that we are idol worshippers. We are not idol worshippers. Of course, we respect our orishas. We respect our orishas, and that's the reason why we appease them. And we believe that they are messengers of God. They are messengers of God. And of course, we can get to God through them. Through them, we can get to God through them. By appeasing them, of course, we'll get to God. And our prayers will be answered, and we are going to receive blessings. So let me continue. So this book says that àti irú orúkọ tí ọmọ náà yóò jẹ́. So the name of the child will be determined by Ifa as well. Àti irú oúnjẹ tí ó máa fún un. Ifa will as well tell you that this child, this is a type of food you should be giving this child, and this is the benefit. This is the benefit of doing predestination for your child. When you do the akosejaye, which is a ashembabo, the path that the child follow to the face of the heart, you are going to know the kind of food you should be giving such a child. Yálà ọmọ tí yóò máa jẹ omi lásán ni, maybe jẹ omi, it's as well. This book says jẹ, but I think it's mu. That is yálà, yálà ọmọ tí yóò máa mu omi lásán, jẹ omi lásán ni, tàbí èyí tí ó máa jẹ àgbo pẹ̀lú rẹ̀. For instance, if I would tell you, if this child will only be drinking water without herbs, or this child will be drinking water mixed with herbs, if I would tell you, because it is an example, maybe this child should not take herb at all, or this child should take herb and as well should drink water. Should take water as well. So let's continue. I think you are following me. So guys, I want to, I wouldn't want to be distracted. I want this video to be concise as much as possible. So I wouldn't want to be, attending to your question for now. Maybe later on, maybe when I'm done with this live stream, maybe I can give like 5 minutes or 10 or 2 minutes to attend to some of the questions, So let me continue. Orí oúnjẹ tí yóò máa fún un, yálà ọmọ tí yóò máa jẹ omi lásán ni tàbí tí yóò máa jẹ àgbo pẹ̀lú rẹ̀. Maybe such a child will be taking herbs with water or only àgbo. So let's continue. Bí ara ẹnìkan kò bá dá, ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ó ti béèrè bóyá ẹni náà yóò là tàbí kò ní là. We use Ifa to ask, in Yorubaland, to ask, whenever someone is sick, we use Ifa to consult to know if the person will survive the sickness or the person will die. That is what this ebook is talking about. So we use Ifa to determine if someone who is sick will survive or will live. So we use Ifa for that. Unfortunately, maybe because of the way we have left Ifa, in our tradition, in Yorubaland, we've allowed so many fake babalawos to dominate Ifa spirituality. We've allowed scammers to dominate Ifa spirituality because some of these fake babalawos out there, they will take advantage of the fact that you trust Ifa or you believe in Ifa to charge you so much, to charge you and to create fear in your heart so that you can give them money, you can pay for whatever they ask for, because if we are talking about death, nobody wants to die, to be sincere, nobody wants to die. And this Ifa is talking about when someone is sick. This book is talking about when someone is sick, we use Ifa to ask if the person will survive or will not survive. That this is how Ifa is being used in the olden days in Yorubaland. So, but unfortunately, if some of the babalawos who are fake ones in our society now, they can as well capitalize on this fact that maybe when someone is sick and he goes to a babalawo, the fake babalawos that we have today, some of them, not all, we have very good babalawos out there, very good ones are out there, but those ones that are on social media, coming to your inbox, DMing you to that do DM you to to do free reading for you, and at the end begin to tell you so many things. So these people, of course, they can take advantage. Maybe when you are sick and you go to them, they may say, oh, you are going to die, you have to get some materials, you have to pay this, you have to pay that, begin to torment your feelings. So we are not talking about those kind of babalawos. We are talking about the real genuine babalawos. We consult them, we go to them to know if someone who is sick will survive the sickness or not. So that is what this means. Bí ara ẹnìkan kò bá dá, ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ó ti béèrè bóyá ènìyàn yóò là àbí yóò kú. So let's continue. Bí ẹnìkan sùn, bí oorun náà kò bá yé, when someone sleeps and he does not like, or such a person do not like or does not like what he or she saw in his or her sleep, yóò yára sá tọ onífá lọ. When you had, for instance, if you had a nightmare, you can go to an Ifa priest to consult to know what actually happened in your dream, and of course Ifa will reveal everything. So kí ó bá lè lọ bèrè bí iwájú yóò ṣe rí. That is, if you sleep and you woke up and you do not understand what you saw in your dream, you have to go to Ifa priest or an Ifa priest to consult, to do an Ifa reading for you to know what actually happened in your dream or what will happen in future concerning the dream that you've dreamt. So bí a bá fẹ́ mú ilẹ̀, 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 that is, in the Yoruba land, we do, land is not how it is nowadays, that you have to pay so much money to get a land. In the olden days, we believe that tí Olúwa ló ní ilẹ̀, that God owns owns this land. So we do go to wherever we want to check a place that is good for us, land that is good for us for farming or to build our house, in Yoruba land. So bí a bá fẹ́ mú ilẹ̀, we do run to Ifa as well. So when we want to choose a particular land to use for farming or to use to build our home, so we do go to Ifa as well to ask. So bí a bá fẹ́ mú ilẹ̀, a ó béèrè lọ́wọ́ Ifa. We ask Ifa on that as well. So tí a bá fẹ́ kan ilé, when we want to roof our house, we go to Ifa. When we want to roof our house, we go to Ifa. Ifa ni yóò bá wa yan ọjọ́ tí ó bá dára. Ifa will choose the best day for you to roof your house. That is how it is in Yoruba land. We use Ifa to ask to know the right date for us to roof our house in Yoruba land. So bí a bá fẹ́ pín ilé, that is, if you want to roof our house, we consult Ifa. If we want to we consult Ifa on that. So àwọn ohun tí à ń ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí a kì í fi, kò sí nǹkan tí à ń ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí a kì í fi ti Ifá ṣe. Kò sí nǹkan, àwọn ohun tí à ń ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí a kì í fi Ifá, tí a kì í fi ti Ifá sí, kò wọ́pọ̀. So very few things, in Yoruba land, this is actually talking about àwọn ohun tí à ń ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí a kì í fi ti Ifá sí, kò wọ́pọ̀. Kò wọ́pọ̀. So this is talking about that nearly everything we do in Yoruba land, we consult Ifa for it. That is what this book is saying, that kò sí ohun tí a fẹ́ ṣe. Whatever we want to do in Yoruba land, we consult Ifa. That is, it's not that common. What we don't consult Ifa for in Yoruba land is not common. And of course, our ancestors made use of Ifa and to build a home, towns, build our heritage for us, build what we call Yoruba land for us today. Even all the towns, all the villages in Yoruba land, were chosen by Ifa. All the villages, all the towns in Yoruba land were chosen by Ifa Adimula. So this is what this book is talking about, that ipò tí Ifá wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, the position of Ifa in Yoruba land, the position of Ifa in Yoruba land, and the importance, you can as well say, the importance of Ifa in Yoruba land. And I've explained, what Ifa, how we use Ifa in Yoruba land, how we use Ifa to make inquiries about, every aspect of our life, every aspect of our life, So that's what this book is talking about. Àwọn tí Ifá ń ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí a kì í fi ti Ifá sí, kò wọ́pọ̀. Kò wọ́pọ̀ tí ó bá tilẹ̀ wà. If at all, this book is saying that we are not sure. In fact, that maybe there are some things that Ifa are not considered. you know, that is not common. That in fact, even though maybe it does not exist, maybe what Ifa do not talk about does not exist in Yoruba land, or what Ifa do not contribute to in our traditions in Yoruba land does not exist. It does not exist. Now, let me continue. So, guys, I this is what we need to understand, because so many people will feel that Ifa is just a religion. Ifa is not just a religion, but of course the category that we can put it, as far as this generation is concerned, is to call it a religion. And even in Yoruba land, we do say Ẹ̀sìn Àbáláyé, Ẹ̀sìn. So when you say Ẹ̀sìn, Ẹ̀sìn is a religion. Ẹ̀sìn is a religion, but of course, Ifa is a way of life. We can say Ifa is a way of life. Ifa is just a way to live our life successfully, of course. But the category that we can put it, as far as this generation is concerned, is a religion. As you can see, what Ifa does, how Ifa affects every aspect of our life in Yoruba land. So let's continue. Um, let me check. Kò wọ́pọ̀, nítorí ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ti ń béèrè ẹni tí ó máa jọba. As well, we do consult Ifá, to know who will be our king, in Yoruba land. We do consult Ifá, nítorí ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ti ń béèrè ẹni tí ó máa jọba. Jọba means to become a king. Ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ni a ti ń béèrè àwọn tí a máa fi jẹ oyè, oyè láàrin ìlú. We use Ifá as well to make inquiries on who will be our chiefs in Yoruba land. Oyè is chieftaincy title. Not today that if you have money now, you can just go to a king and just and you will be given a chieftaincy title. But in Yoruba land, how it is done is that we consult Ifa to make inquiries on who should be a chief or who should not be a chief in Yoruba land. So, okay, paríparí rẹ̀ ni pé above all, paríparí rẹ̀ ni pé above all is that ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ti ń béèrè ọjọ́ tí ó bá tọ́, tí ó sì yẹ láti bọ Ifá nínú ọdún. As well, Ifá bíbọ, Ifá bíbọ is all about appeasement of Ifa. The appeasement of Ifa, is very important. And, annually in Yoruba land, we do appease Ifa. We do appease Ifa. We do celebrate Ifa, which of course is called Ifa Bibo. Ifa Bibo. So that's what this book is saying, that paríparí rẹ̀ ni pé ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ti ń béèrè ọjọ́ tí a ó bá tọ̀, tá ó bá tọ̀, pardon me, ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ni a ti ń béèrè àwọn tí a máa fi ń jẹ oyè yòókù láàrin ìlú. Then above all, paríparí rẹ̀ ni pé ọwọ́ Ifá ni a ti ń béèrè ọjọ́ tí ó bá tọ́, tí ó sì yẹ láti bọ Ifá nínú ọdún. So we appease Ifa once in a year. We celebrate Ifa, bọ Ifá, that is worship Ifa. Ifa, there are things we use to offer sacrifice to Ifa. So that is what it means. In a town, in those days, we used to have a special day for Ifa Day, which of course is what Ifa Bibo means. So annually, Ifa will tell us the day or the date to worship the Orisha Orunmila. So eléyìí yóò fi hàn wá kedere irú ipò tí àwa Yorùbá fi Ifá sí. I think you can see that Ifa is highly important. Eléyìí yóò fi hàn wá kedere irú ipò tí àwa Yorùbá fi Ifa sí. So Ifa is a very, very important aspect of us in Yorubaland. It's a very, very important aspect of our life, which of course, unfortunately, our leaders are not making things, they are not helping the matter, because this is our heritage, this is our everything about us, But now we've adopted Western education, we've adopted Western life by, like for instance, voting. We do not recognize voting in our system as Yorubas. Of course, it's good to vote. It's good to vote because that is a good system that that we are using to decide who should lead us. But of course, it is as well good not to forget our own ancestral path in choosing our leader. We should not forget our ancestral path. Even though you are to vote, of course, it is good to as well consult Ifa to know who our leader should be. So we use Ifa to take a lot of decisions in Yoruba land. So now, thank you very much, guys. I'm not sure if I can be able to explain everything today in this live stream concerning Ifa. I've explained to you what Ifa is, and as well, I've explained to you the position of Ifa in Yoruba land. In summary, Ifa is a body of knowledge, and wisdom, and Orunmila happens to be the grand Ifa priest. He was the one sent by Olodumare with the 256 Odu Ifa. We have 256 Odu Ifa, which of course explains everything about life, about everything. Ifa explains everything, and the person that Olodumare, gave this wisdom to is Orunmila. And Orunmila lived with us in Yoruba land. Orunmila lived in Ado-Ekiti, another part of Yoruba land. Orunmila lived in Okejeti, in Ado-Ekiti, and as well he lived in other part of Yoruba land. Okay, so Orunmila is a grand Ifa priest, while Babalawos that we have today are the custodians of Ifa messages today, and they are the ones who ensure that Ifa spirituality or Ifa religion do not die. Okay, so Babalawos are the living Orunmila on earth today, and as well we have Iyanifa, which we can as well call Iyalawo. Iyanifa are the Ifa preachers, while Babalawos are the Ifa priest. So guys, the 256 Odifa that we have, the major ones among them are 16 in numbers, while the minor ones are 240 in numbers. The 16 major Odifa produce the rest of the 240 Odifa. Each major Odifa produces another 16 Odifa. So that is how the Ifa Odifa are being identified. For instance, you can say Osa or Wani. You join a major Odifa. You can join two major Odifa to produce a single Odifa. So guys, I know many of you have already understood the signs of this Odifa. Of course, by watching my videos always, you will understand fully what Ifa divination means. And of course, you will be able to have enough information on how to use Ifa to benefit your life. So guys, keep on watching my videos and keep on supporting me. We are doing this together. It's a division of labor. I travel to get videos for you guys. Then you guys should spread the message. You guys should spread the message. So before I before I'm done with this explanation for tonight, I will continue maybe tomorrow. This book talks about the other Ifa that we have in Yorubaland. And earlier I told you that Ifa is not only Orunmila. Then there are other, when I started, I said, nígbà tí a bá dárúkọ Ifá, this is how I started this explanation. Nígbà tí a bá dárúkọ Ifá, ọkàn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn ló máa ń lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Ọ̀rúnmìlà. That we all think that when Ifa is being mentioned, that is only Ọ̀rúnmìlà. But this book is saying, and of course, is what some of us know, that we have other aspect of Ifa, we have Olókun. But this book is talking about àwọn Ifá tí ó wà yàtọ̀ sí Ọ̀rúnmìlà. Àwọn Ifá mìíràn tí ó wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní Agbìgbà rere, Obì, then Ilẹ̀, then Olókun awo. So àti Wòmípè, Womipe, Wòmípè. That these are the other Ifa that we have in Yorubaland. So guys, thank you for showing me love on this channel. Thank you. I love you all. If you have any question or if you have any contribution, you can put them in the comment section. Of course, I can pin your contribution on the screen for everyone to read and to learn from you. Because this job is not only for me. We have to join hands together. We have to promote our culture, traditions, and religions together. And I urge you guys to always support me as well. I like to be traveling every week. I like to be traveling every Friday. I like to be traveling, to do my findings, to look for all these our Isheshe custodians. We need to hear from them. They are the ones that will help us to bring back our lost glory. So today are the ones that we can talk to, that we can bring on board to let the whole world know the beauty of Africa. Gone are those days that we leave all these our Isheshe leaders. We left them, and because we didn't want to have anything to do with them, because of the Abrahamic religions, because of the messages of these Abrahamic religions. But of course, we are back on track. And I'm happy that in fact many people are now vast in information. And of course they say information is key, and they say knowledge is power. So let us continue to seek for more knowledge. Let us continue to be proud of what we have as Africans. So guys, the book Ifa Adimula is still available. And I say to you that we should always read this book, because it's very important. This book is very, very important for us to have. This book is very important for us to have, because when you read from this book, you will, the messages of Orunmila is what you are reading, and the messages of Orunmila are all about, what is it called? Are all about wisdom. So if you are interested, if you need this book, message me. Still very much available. Anywhere you are, I'm going to ship this book to you. When you pay, and you pay for shipping, I will ship this book to you. And within 5 working days, this book will get to you if you are outside Nigeria. But if you are in Nigeria, this book will get to you within 1 or 2 days. Okay, so continue to place the order because I've been sending this book to different part of the world, of this world, and people are appreciating me for bringing this book to their doorstep. Okay, so this one is it is in English, pure English language, which of course, for some of you who are not Yoruba speakers, can read and understand. The Yoruba one will, when it's available again, I will bring it on board to you, the guys, for you to see. So, guys, don't forget that Ìṣẹ̀ṣe làgbà, Ìṣẹ̀ṣe làgbà. The meaning of Ìṣẹ̀ṣe làgbà is that our tradition, our culture, and our religion is the best. They are all the best, and you know, and don't let anybody says to you that you are going to hell, for following your ancestral path. So let me just read a short story for you. Let me read a short story for you in this book, so that you will know the importance of having this book. Let me read from. Let me just read a short story for you from this book. Osa Alawo. Osa Alawo is an Odu Ifa that is one of the Odu Ifas that we have in Ifa Spirituality. So Osa Alawo, let me check. This Ifa, divined, the Yoruba version of this book is just the Ifa stanza. The Ifa stanza. Let me check. Ohotokoro Ojuwo Awigbo Lagbo Nífẹ̀ẹ́ mo wí sí ọ lánàá ó dùn ọ́ ju omi toro ẹja lọ mo wí sí ọ lánàá ó dùn ó ju omi toro ẹja lọ. Divined for Adeyeri Oko, the daughter of King Yamun, when she wept for childlessness. Pardon me. So she was told that she would have a child. Let me tell you the lesson to learn from this Odu Ifa. The lesson to learn from this Odu Ifa, first of all, is that this Odu Ifa teaches women to be contented in their marriage. So that means this very Odu Ifa is for women, or Sa Alawo. So this Odu Ifa teaches women to be contented in their marriage, for it is discontentment that causes changing husbands like clothes. Ifa also warns women that if for any reason they want to divorce, they should not leave any evil behind them in order to have the chance to keep their children united. It tells children of the same mother to love one another, for each of them may do the other's favor. Children of the same father should also be united. A husband must not divorce a wife because of another wife, and wives must not divorce their husbands because he has married other wives. It is only through good conduct and perseverance but a woman can stay comfortably married. So this book, this very Ifa goes out to women, to ladies, who are married and who are about to get married. Let me just share with you the story briefly. So this Ifa says that she was told that she will have a child, you know, that is this Ifa that divined for Adeyeri Oko, the daughter of King Yamu, when she wept for childlessness. She was told that she will have a child, but she should sacrifice 4 goats and 40,000 cowries. She will have children, but she should be satisfied with her lot. She had a husband in Iko Awusi and had a child there called Omoyajowo. She left him and married in Idoromu Awuse, where she had Omoyajokun. She again left and married in Ode Ikopa, where she had Oridota. Then she married King of Oyota and gave birth to Ninikun Ini. The 4 children heard of one another, but they did not seek one another. When the first 3 could not have children, and the last born in Oyo lacked money. Pardon me. And the last born in Oyo lacked money. They all went to the priest. So I've told you what this Ifa, explains as in the lesson to learn. And the story is all about Adeyeri Oko, the daughter of King Yamu, who was jumping from one husband to another, and who had series of children, for different husbands. And of course, I've told you the lesson to learn from this Odifa, that this Odifa teaches women to be contented in their marriage, for it is discontentment that causes changing husband like clothes. Ifa warns women that if for any reason they have to divorce, they should not leave any evil behind. So, of course, Ifa does not discourage divorce, but Ifa says that if at all you have to divorce, you should not leave any evil behind, in order to have the chance to keep their children united. So to the client, that is, if you visited the Babalawo and Osa Alawo, was revealed. So Ifa tells you that Ifa says that this client that Ifa tells this client that she lacks children. She will have 4 children, and she will preserve and she will persevere in her marriage in order to have the children for the same man. She is to sacrifice 2 goats and 40,000 cowries. So Ifa also talks to men who lack children. Ifa says that they should sacrifice 2 hens and 20,000 cowries, and use adornments to appease the inner heads of their youngest brother from the same mother. Ifa says that the client is a last child in need of money. He should sacrifice 2 pigeons and 20,000 cowries. It should also appease his inner head with two live partridges while standing on a mortar outside. So the bird should be released to fly. Then his wealth shall then come. You know, without explaining too much, you guys have heard it by yourself. And of course, when you buy this book, you will be able to read and understand by yourself. So what I'm doing is just to share some of the information, some of the messages of Ifa that is is in this book. And of course, with that, you will know that this book is very important for you to have, because there are so many stories there. Like, we have 256 Odu Ifa, right? And we are all the 256 Odu Ifa are in this book. And per Odu Ifa, there are 2 verses each. So when you multiply 256 by you have messages in 2 verses here. So it means that you are having more than 256. That is about 400, and if not 500 plus messages, information, wisdom are what you are going to be getting from this book. 500 plus 500, I think 512 messages are what you are going to get in this book when you buy one. Messages from Olodumare, given to Orunmila. Thank you guys. Tomorrow is another day to share with you some insight, in our Isheshe. And of course, I told you that I want to be going to all these all our Orisha followers, Olorisha, we call them Olorisha. They will be the one to explain, to us what are our Orishas. They have like, for instance, we have people who are worshippers of Obatala, Shokwano, Obaloaye, and the rest of our Orishas. So I will be going to them, Ogun, Oshun. So that I will be going to these people to showcase them on this channel, so that they can share with us, and showcase the beauty of our religion to you guys. Thank you guys. I'm sorry I was not able to attend to your questions, but I, of course, try to put them on the screen for everyone to read from you. Tomorrow, I think, is another day to speak with you. Thank you very much, and get a better life. Bye for now.